Hello everybody, I am here on this snowy day in Northeast Ohio, which I am loving, by the way, fueling my Christmas energy. And speaking of Christmas, today I wanted to talk about how Christmas can sometimes be a very difficult time for people with Tourette Syndrome. Now, I love Christmas. It is my favorite time of year. Christmas and 4th of July are my favorite holidays ever. And because of that, my excitement can make those times also difficult. Although I love them and it's filled with good times and good, happy feelings most of the time, besides, when I get those bouts of missing the people around this time of year that are no longer here, it makes my tics worse because, as I've said in many videos before, that excitement is one of the biggest triggers for me for my tics. And being excited about Christmas and just all of the things that come with it, it can make my tics a lot worse. And now for people that are newer to Tourette syndrome, maybe you're newer to the diagnosis of your child, you're newer to your child presenting symptoms of Tourette syndrome and all of those things, or just ticking in general, it might seem like it's out of nowhere. Or in unfortunate some circumstances, maybe some people think that it is being done on purpose for attention or something like that, because yeah, they were fine last month, or they were fine last week, or yesterday, or this morning, and now all of a sudden their tics are a lot worse. And they are causing I don't want to say scene because I don't like using that, but they're a lot worse than they were, and it seems very out of the ordinary or out of nowhere. And so you're having a hard time placing that and having a hard time figuring out why. And now I also want to be clear that sometimes their tics do just act up because they just act up and they have a mind of their own and we can't control it. My tics get worse out of nowhere sometimes for no good reason that I can pinpoint. But excitement in this time of year can definitely be one of those things. And another thing that can be that is the overstimulation of everything. There is a lot going on around Christmas time. There's holiday parties or time with family. Maybe there's family members that make somebody that has Tourette syndrome or tics, a tic disorder, a little bit nervous. And because of that, that makes their tics worse. Or maybe there's somebody that's not as accepting of their tics that they know they have to be around, so they're thinking about that, and that is making it worse. And also with that in mind, another quick side note, if there are people in your family that aren't okay with your child's tics, they're the problem, not your child, not you. Everyone. It hurts my heart when I hear that family members don't accept somebody's tics, because that's who's supposed to be there for you. And I realize that's not the case for everyone. Not everyone can have, well, I'll just say it, the family that I have that has always been super successful. Cool. I think a dog hair just flew into my hot chocolate. Anyways, I know that's not how everybody has it, but if your child or somebody chooses not to be around somebody because they don't accept their tics and they make their tics worse because of that, or they feel like they have to suppress around that person, or that person tells them to try to stop ticking or whatever, it's not okay for them to say that, but it is okay for that person to set a boundary of not being around that person. And it is something that can lead to more tics as well. Although I love this time of year, the tics do cause a bit of a mixed emotion for me as well, because it's a hard time for me because of that. And that's something that I do struggle with, is my Tourette syndrome kind of like ruining moments for me, like the exciting moments in my life. It's very hard for me sometimes to deal with my tics being bad when all I want to do is soak up this season, soak up this time with my family, and soak up all the things that I love about this time of year. And because that makes me upset that my tics are ruining it, it can also make my tics worse because of that. So it can be quite the domino effect, and I just want you to remember to be kind. Remember that it's not out of the ordinary for tics to ramp up this time of year, and do whatever you can to make that person feel comfortable, give them that safe place to tic, and if there's things that help them get through that, things that help their tics settle down a little bit, definitely encourage them to do those things. And don't be alarmed if they get a little worse. It happens. So until next time.